Right, hey Insta team, welcome on into Sculpty Sculpty Sculpt. Thanks for joining gang at home. Awesome stuff, you're all super welcome on into Sculpt this morning. Thanks for joining. So we've just got 3 minutes to go. So this is Sculpt 4, so getting started fairly soon.
What music should I play?
I'd go for a power playlist. Which one? I don't know. Power 12? I mean, have you got an official recommendation?
Matt, if you go on to Rise Online, there's a link for the Spotify playlists, and you can pick whichever you want, but it'll have the right one.
Hey, Melissa!
So rise.co.uk/online, you'll see the playlist, there's a link directly there for Spotify. Should help.
Hey!
I don't do it on a different device, do I?
Spotify, depending on your device, sometimes you can, like on an iPad, you can have it on doing both, like just sit in the background and share the audio, and some phones don't, so I expect you've got, I think looking at the setup there, you've probably got surround sound, Spotify, and all happy.
You've got Power 5.
Power 5, that'll do. Boom.
Nice.
Right, hey, Mom.
Right, we're going to love you and leave you guys.
Oh, Chris, do you want to make me a co-host? Sorry, quickly.
Oh, where's my love? Oh. Yeah, okay, will do.
Right, okay. There we go.
I don't think you have to let anybody in there. It should all happen automatically.
Cool.
I'll co-host you up.
Yeah. Awesome.
He said hello to the writers.
Ah! So tell us about Sid, Matt. Sid is obviously incredibly cute. Is he like, what is he? How is he going to get bigger?
It's a chocolate lab.
Ah!
9 weeks old.
Beautiful.
Oh.
So we're going to see a down dog in puppy position.
How come has that been long in the planning, getting a dog, or is this a new sort of?
Yeah, no, we had a lovely old black lab. She sadly passed away right at the beginning of lockdown, so
Oh,
looking for a while.
cute. Oh,
I want chocolate.
I think.
I asked my landlord and he said no, and I thought I should have just bought the dog, because then he's not going to let me get rid of a puppy, and that made the wrong decision. I have to move house now just to get a dog, and then I started thinking. Right, 25
Oh.
seconds, I'll shut up, I'm going to meet you all.
Awesome stuff.
Fuck you, Rosie.
Thanks, Chris.
Morning.
Morning, you right? All right. So when you get ready, come on down. Knees out wide towards your mat, big toes together. If you're sticking on some tunes, setting them off. And you're all super welcome on into Sculpt this morning. So Sculpt with adding intensity to our yoga and Pilates practice using weights, getting into the back body. Nice, pumpy, strong practice. Remember, you're welcome to modify, to adapt. You can lose the weights, you can increase the weights, just work at your level. So we're just starting off here in a child's pose, thinking about the knees coming out wide towards the edges of the mat. Big toes together, hips down towards the heels, stretching the spine long out in front of you. Just taking a few moments to try and relax the body, bring some space into the body, and slow down the breath. So maybe attaching a slow count of 3 or 4 to the inhale, to the exhale. Feeling that breath deep in the back body and the side body. And letting the chest sink between the arms, the shoulders relax down the back, the eyes soften. Opening up through the hips, through the lower back. Just starting to bring ourselves down into our practice onto the mat. Taking one more really deep inhale. And exhale. And then from there, ground down with the hands, roll your way up and find your way to a table pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, spreading the fingers out really wide, grounding down into the fingertips, into the knuckles, finding that lovely strong engagement through the core, really spreading the fingers out, almost grip onto the mat with the fingers. And when you're ready, let's go. Inhale, let the gaze lift, roll the shoulders down, the back stretching out through the chest. And exhale, press and arch away, chin to chest, feeling that really beautiful release down the whole of the spinal chain. So inhale, opening up, find that lovely stretch, maybe the gaze lifts, opening through the heart. And exhale, strong through the core, chin to chest, tucking the tailbone, stretch out, lovely arch and lengthen through the back body. Taking one more inhale. And from there, exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips high, and you're finding your way into a downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, just take a little time, set yourself up, spreading the fingers out wide, really press hard with the hands into the mat, grounding down into the fingertips, into the second knuckle, squeezing in the abdominals, sending the hips high. From there, wrap the triceps away from the ears, and maybe start to have a little pedal out through one leg, through the other, keeping the core tight, support a lengthening spine. We're just aiming to start to find space in the back body, in the hamstrings, in the calves. Thinking about the whole of the back spine lengthening. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, letting the chest sink between the arms, the head relax. Really deep, full inhales. And exhale. So we're starting to just lengthen through the spine. So as the tailbone reaches the back of the room, just let the head and the shoulders relax. Taking one more breath in. And down. And from there, walking the feet towards the hands, finding your way into a floppy forward fold. Maybe taking one hand in one elbow, one in the other, having a little shake, a little wiggle. Maybe moving the weight into the toes, lifting the hips higher, and from there, letting the head and the shoulders relax. So we're just aiming to find space in the hamstrings and the lower back. Again, you might just give the head a little shake, the shoulders a little release, just really opening out through the body with a deep breath in. And down. From there, ground down with the feet, root to rise. Grounding down with the feet, engage the core. Inhale, lift, extend, opening the heart to the sky, shoulders back, beautiful stuff. And exhale, swan dive, folding straight back down. Hands plant, head drops, shoulders relax. On an inhale, find a long flat back. So we're stretching out, bring the hands to the shins, shoulders back, stretch, inhale. And exhale, refold. Plant the hands, hop, step or jump, finding your way to a plank position. Hands underneath the shoulders, thinking about finding energy through the quads, engage the glutes, squeeze in the abs, crown of the head is stretching away from the heels. From there, use the toes, move the body weight forward, start to bend through the elbows, coming into a low plank. Rolling onto the tops of the feet, squeeze the glutes, point the toes, up dog, and exhale your way back to a downward facing dog. Stretching up high with the hips, thinking about spreading the fingers out once again, wrapping the triceps in, and really extend and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. Taking one more deep, full breath in. And down. And from there, looking to the hands, walk, step or jump the feet towards the thumbs. Inhale, find that long flat back once again, stretch and extend, shoulders back. Exhale, fold, real set. Ground down with the feet, root to rise, engage the core, lift up, stretch up, maybe a little back bend, shoulders relax, inhale. And exhale, swan dive, folding back down again. Inhale, find a long flat back, extend and stretch. And exhale, plant the hands and find your way to a plank position. From there, we're going to either just pike to plank, pike from plank to dog and back again. Or if you'd like to, we're going to take opposite hand to foot, taking these little twist pikes. So we're squeezing in the core. We're just aiming to warm up the body. So this first little section without weights, we're warming up the body. So if you can, taking opposite hand to foot, starting to get a little bit of a twist in. Squeeze the core. Use the abdominals to stabilize the hips as you move forwards and backwards. Working here for 5. Deep breaths in and out, squeeze, try to find control. 4, we're thinking about opening up dynamically, stretching the hamstrings here, working into the abdominals, into the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and find your way to a plank position. From there, use the toes, move the body weight forwards, bend through the elbows, low plank. Inhaling into up dog, pointing the toes, shoulders back, stretch out. And exhale. Find your way back to a downward facing dog, that upside down V-shaped position. Make sure the fingers are spread out wide, the core is engaged, wrapping the triceps in. From there, left foot is going to ground, right foot is going to send up to the sky. So we're squeezing that right glute, left heel comes to the earth, right toes point, inhale. And exhale, drive right knee to nose, squeeze in the abs. Inhale, lift and stretch. Grounding down with the hands, extending through the side body. And drive knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, lift and stand. Exhale, drive. Right foot meets left foot grounds. Inhale, so second side, right heel to the earth, stretching down the back of the right leg, engage the left glute. Inhale. Exhale, drive knee to nose. Inhale, reach and extend, really lengthening out. And then drive, squeeze the core. Find that power through the abs. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, drive. Left foot meets right. Once again, look to the hands. Hop, step, or jump feet towards the hands. Inhale, extend, long, flat back, shoulders back, stretching out. Exhale, relax and fold. Grounding down with the feet, root to rise and lift, extend. Inhale, opening the heart to the sky. And exhale, fold. Just got one more little flow to warm up. Inhale, find your long, flat back, stretch out. Exhale, plant the hands, hop it back, finding your way to plank. From there, we're going to drop to the knees, take the right foot outside the right hand, so we're coming into lizard pose. Right knee over right ankle, make sure you've got that alignment, dropping the hips forwards and just opening into the hips. Should feel a nice juicy stretch down the front of the left leg and the inside of the right leg. We're going to flow it out, so inhale, move the body weight forwards. And exhale, stretch it back, finding space in the hamstrings, releasing through the head and the shoulders. Inhale, moving forward, shoulders back, stretching forwards with the chest. And exhale, rocking back, stretching back. One more time. Inhale. Moving the body weight forwards. And exhale, stretching back, finding that lovely hamstring stretch. From there, tuck the toes, step back to plank. And we're just going to hold this plank. Or if you're feeling it, take a little jacksaw, using the toes to move the body weight forwards and backwards. Thinking about getting a nice juicy burn in the core, in the shoulders. No worries if that doesn't feel good for you or your wrists. Just work at your level. You can just hold it. Working here for 3. Looking good. Nice work. 2. And 1. Drop the knees down. Left foot is going to come outside the left hand. Right knee is sliding back. So left knee is over left ankle. And once again, we're just going to breathe into the hips. So inhale, move the body weight forwards, chest back. Exhale, stretching back, opening up through those hamstrings. Head can relax. So inhale, feel that lovely opening through the hips as the body weight glides forwards. Exhale, rocking back. Awesome stuff. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale forwards, tuck the toes, step back to plank. And from there, use the toes, move the body weight forwards, lower down, low plank. Inhaling up dog, shoulders back, squeeze the glutes, point the toes. Exhale your way to downward facing dog. Resetting if you need to, wrapping the triceps in, power the hips high, take a deep breath in. And down. From there, look to the hands, hop, step, jump forwards. Inhale, find your long flat back, extending and stretching out. Exhale, relax and fold. From there, ground down with the feet, root to rise. Inhale, extend up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome stuff. Right, let's get going. So moving into our first little weighted sequence. If you've got a variety of different weights, you might want to have a little play with some heavier weights here. So we're going to take feet around hip distance apart, engage the core. Palms are facing towards the thighs, long through the spine. From there, we're going to take a straight leg deadlift into a high pull. So we're going to send the butt out behind us, keeping the spine long, not letting the shoulders roll in. We're just going to move forwards. You should feel a nice deep stretch down the hamstrings. And then we're going to squeeze the core, drive on up. And we're going to take the weights to the chin, elbows coming into the sky. So a high pull. So when you're moving forwards, almost imagine you're trying to bring the chest parallel to the mat. So the aim isn't necessarily to bring the hands to the floor, but to lengthen. And then when you drive on up straight into that high pull, we're getting into the upper back. So squeezing in the core, slowly lowering down. We're aiming to strengthen the abdominals, the hamstrings. Nice way to find flexibility. And then we're driving on up. Elbows come to the sky, really powering into the muscles of the upper back. So lots of the work in Sculpt today, we're really targeting those muscles that can be harder to access with body weight alone, particularly thinking about getting into those muscles of the back, which can end up out of balance or needing extra work to support a healthy spine. Particularly we do a lot of desk-based work, really important to strengthen those muscles of the upper back. So keep that spine long, almost imagining you're sending the chest forwards, and then come on up, drive on up. Nice work. Working here for just another 3. So starting to feel some heat in the body, hopefully. So we warm up the legs, starting to get all the muscles switched on. Elbows to sky. Nice job. 2. Looking good. One more. And then bring hands to heart center, weights to heart center, right foot forwards, left toes back. So just set yourself up in a lunge. If you need to take the feet wide, you want to find a nice stable base, steering the hips towards the short side of the mat. From there, we're going to angle the body forwards, really ground down with the left toes, flip the palms to face the sky, and we're going to take 3 rows here. So we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then lower, and then squeeze back. So the elbows are just grazing past the rib cage. You should feel like loads of work and activity in the back body as you squeeze. When you've done 3 rows, we're going to hinge at the hips using the core to support that movement. The weights come up to the shoulders, and then we turn and press up to the sky. So it's a little Arnold press. We then take that same movement down, and we'll return to the rows. So palms to the sky, elbows graze the rib cage, diagonal lunge, working the row. When we've done 3 rows, we squeeze at the core, lift with the chest, palms to the shoulders, and then rotate and press, little Arnold press, getting into the chest and into the biceps. So thinking about working the shoulders as well, working that hinge. Oh, losing my mic, hang on in there. So if you're working that hinge, we're thinking about finding that strength in the core. Try to make it a really smooth and controlled movement. Loads of work going on in the legs as well here. We're working into this deep quad strengthening lunge. Perfect. Working here for another 3. Awesome stuff. So really squeeze. Remember, it's not so much about the movement of the weights, but finding that engagement through the muscles. 2. Awesome stuff. Press. And 1. Nice work. From there, we're just going to drop the left knee down towards the mat. Right knee's going to stay over right ankle, and we're just going to extend, open out into a little twist. So maybe rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, opening out through the heart, finding that little stretch through the heart and through the hips. For 3, well done. Inhale. And exhale, open out. 2. 1 more breath in. And out. Nice work. Finding your way to a table pose there. So we're going to work a little tricep and back extension from a table or a plank here. So thinking about full body, squeeze the core, press right hand into the mat, taking your left hand to the weight, palm is facing the center of the mat. We're going to take a row, so we're going to squeeze the elbow past the rib cage, and then keeping the elbow where it is, we then are going to take a tricep extension, really juicy work for the back of that left arm. We're then going to return and lower. So we're taking a row, working into the back, similar to the last row, and then we're going to extend, working into the triceps, working into that muscle at the back of the arm that helps support our low planks. Right hand is engaged, core is engaged. If you want to make it harder and increase the intensity of work for the abs, we're popping up into a plank, squeezing the core. If you need to take the feet slightly wider to stabilize, rock on. So the row, this time the grip is slightly different. We're still getting into those back muscles, slightly different. And of course, we're working from a plank here, so really adding intensity to the movement. Try to keep the hips square. Try to keep the core engaged. Try to move with control. Try to not swing that tricep back, that hand back towards the tricep, but feel the tricep engaged, extending and returning with control. Deep breaths in and out for 5. So strengthening arms and back. As of course, getting loads of work for abs. 4. Well done. 3. 2. And 1. Plant the hands. Find your way to a plank. And from there, use the toes. Move the body weight forward. Lower through low plank. Inhaling up dog. And exhale your way to a downward facing dog. Nice work. Just take a moment. Reset your dog. Send the hips high. Engage the glutes. Inhale. Engage the quads. Exhale. Bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, long flat back, extend and stretch. Exhale, relax and fold. Hamstrings and shoulders relaxing. From there, ground down with the feet, engage the core. We're going to lift the weights up with us as we come. Perfect. And we're going to move into our single leg deadlift. So left foot is going to ground, right toes are coming out behind us. Thinking about the left hip moving backwards, engaging the core, shoulders back. And then similar movement, we're going to extend forwards. So that same idea, we're not folding down, but we're seesawing over that left leg. And then we're going to drive up with the right knee as we come up to standing. So right toes out behind us, keeping the spine engaged, the core engaged, the spine long, left quad engaged. We're just slowly moving the body weight forwards. It's almost as if the body coming parallel with the mat is what's going to bring the weights to the floor. So focus on lengthening the spine, moving the spine forwards, rather than the hands coming down to the mat. So we really want to make sure we're keeping that spine long, extra work for the abdominals, working on balance as well. That right quad is staying engaged. So when you extend that foot out behind you, you really want to focus on engaging the muscles of that right leg, and then driving knee to chest, working into the abdominals. All right, let's swap over there. So it's ground down with that right foot. Left toes are coming out behind us. Engage that right quad. Find that stability, strong through the core, shoulders back. From there, we're just going to slowly seesaw forwards. Remember, you want to focus on length from toes to head. So the hands are coming down almost as a secondary aspect of that movement, driving knee to chest. Thinking about finding that stability, making sure when you walk, move down and forwards, that the shoulders don't start to round. It's really tempting to let the shoulders round, but you want to keep that sense of almost like you're drawing the shoulders back. Perfect. So working on balance here, working on strengthening the legs and the abdominals, getting loads of work as well, practicing stability. Nice way to dynamically build flexibility too. Awesome stuff, working here for 5. So we're going to come into our second side of that little row and Arnold press sequence. Next 3. So just keep it controlled. 2. Awesome stuff. And 1, well done. So we'll ground down with the left foot there, and we're going to step back with the right. So we're going to find our diagonal lunge. So take your time here, set yourself up, make sure you are set up for success. So hips are staring towards the front side of the mat, left knee is over left ankle, right toes are moving back, engage the right quad, angle the body forwards, palms to the sky, 3 rows. So the elbows are gliding past the rib cage, you're really feeling that activity in the upper back. Strong through the core, feel that left quad on fire, and then we're hinging at the hips. The palms are coming to the shoulders. We then rotate, press up to the sky, getting into the shoulders, and then we're going to return, turn the palms down, and hinge again. So remembering that hinging motion is really important. We want to really focus on control, so keep the abs switched on for all of this movement, looking really good at home. We then hinge and press up to the sky. Awesome stuff. So working here with control. Remember, we're trying not to throw the weights around. We're really focusing on strength, on power, on engagement. Don't forget about what's going on with the legs. The idea is we're really hammering into the legs here with this really long-held lunge. Really fantastic way to build strength in the quads. Really important for knee health. Should feel that glute starting to fire up as well. Awesome stuff. Nice work, team. All right, working here for another 5. So keep that control right to the end. Remember to breathe. 4. Awesome stuff. So just take it at your own pace. Really enjoying that flow. 3. Awesome stuff. So we'll just take one more set after this one. So 2. Take one more set if you can. So elbows glide past. Really feel that squeeze into the back. And 1. Press on up. And then bring the hands down, the weights down, drop the right knee down. You can lose the weights here. Make sure your left knee is over left ankle, right hand plants in line with the right foot, and either opening that left hand up to the sky, or if it feels good, you can also open out with the left knee, rolling onto the outer edge of the left foot, inhaling. And exhale, just yawning and stretching the body open, beautiful stuff. Inhaling. And exhaling, stretch out there for 3. Deep breaths in. And out, 2. One more, inhale, and exhale, roll your way back to table. So we're into our row and tricep extension. Left hand plants, right hand is on your weight, core is engaged, table pose. Really feel that strength there. So right hand faces the midline of the body. We're going to take a row, keeping the elbow where it is. We then extend the arm straight, getting into the tricep, and then we return with control and return that right hand to the ground. So we're thinking about squeezing the core to support the spine. Try not to rotate the shoulders open, but keep the body parallel to the mat so we can really get into the muscles of the upper back. Nice, looking good. So squeeze, extend, and return back. Perfect. Remember, you can come up into a plank if you want to make it even harder. Remember, if you're in your plank, you might want to take the feet slightly wider, engage the core, engage the glutes. work at your level. So we're going to work here for a little while. Try not to swing the weights. Try to keep control. Try to keep the hips squaring. Nice work. Working here for 5. So squeeze, extend, return. 4. So really find that power, that activity. Driving up, extending out. This is really going to help us with our low planks, help tone the backs of the arms. 3. Well done. 2. 1 more. Lower, extend, and release. And from there, plant the hands, use the toes, move the body weight forwards, bending through the elbows, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale your weight, find a downward facing dog. Reset that dog. Inhale, extend the hips high, engage the quads maybe, stretch out through the back. Inhale. Exhale. From there, we're going to just walk or step or jump the feet towards the hands. Inhale, extend and stretch out. Exhale to fold, relax. From there, grabbing your weights again. So you might want to take your lighter weights here, but if you've got 2s, they might be good as well. What we're going to do to start off with is we're going to sink down into a chair pose. So weight is coming into the heels. Make sure the knees are over the ankles, hips are coming out behind you. From there, we're going to take the elbows to the back of the room. So the palms are facing down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. From there, we're going to stand up, press out, and then we're going to return again. So the palms are coming sort of just in front of the face, and then we're going to send the hips down low, squeeze the shoulder blades together, elbows come up behind you, and then press out. So similar to that row that we've done before, we're thinking about getting into the muscles of the upper back, into the shoulders, and we're combining that with this movement from a chair to standing. Should feel really nice and juicy on the legs. We're thinking about squeezing in the core, squeezing the glutes, and then powering forwards with control. Working here for 5. Nice work. So try to lower and lift with control from that chair up to standing. 4. Nice work. Looking good. 3. Awesome stuff. So press and return. 2. 1 more. And from there, bring the hands to heart center. Right foot forwards, left foot grounds. We're going to find a warrior 1 leg. So the whole outer edge of the left foot is grounded. The hips are steering towards the front side of the mat. Right knee is over right ankle, drawing the right foot back. From there, we're going to take the weights together over the head. The elbows squeeze in and should be within the range of vision. From there, we're going to just extend the arms over the head and return again. So again, we're working into the triceps as we did in that plank. Keep the core engaged. Make sure there's a slight tuck of the pelvis. Awesome stuff. Thinking about lifting up the quad of that back leg as you lower. And lift should feel really nice and juicy. Work for that quad. Awesome. So it's just lowering, keeping the elbows in line with the eyes. So try not to let them splay out. 5. Well done. 4. Awesome stuff. 3. So extend and press. 2. 1 more if you can. And from there, release. Bring the weights to the heart. Drop the left knee down to the mat. Right knee is going to be grounded. From there, we're going to take a wood chopper. So we're just going to let the left hip move forwards, the right foot move back, so we're in a low lunge. The weights are coming over towards the left hip, and then we're going to swing around, bring the weights over towards that right shoulder, and then we're going to return back again. So we're taking this slight twist. We're thinking about working into the abdominals here, stretching. So try to keep it controlled. Make sure that left knee is grounded, that right knee is over right ankle. We're taking this lovely twisting, mobilizing into the lower back, working here for 5. So it should feel like you're about to swing an axe, so the elbows come into the sky. 4. Well done, looking good. 3. Getting a nice stretch of the hip flex as well. 2. And 1, release. From there, we're going to take the right knee back to meet left and find our way into a plank table pose. What we're going to do here is our little lateral raise, so palms to the center of the mat, and we're going to lift the left hand up, keeping the body square towards the mat, and lower again. So we're raising the arm laterally. It's a bit like a chest fly, working into the upper back, trying to slowly control that lower. If you need to take a bend in the elbow, feel free. From there, if you want to make it harder, you can again pop up into a plank, right hand under right shoulder, and again we're lifting and lowering. Trying to keep the hips squaring towards the mat, trying to keep the core engaged. So try not to, again, swing it, but feel like you're lowering and lifting. Perfect, looking good. Working here, so working into the chest, into the shoulders, into the back for 5. Deep breaths in and out, 4. Wherever you are, keeping the spine long, that core engaged, 3. Awesome stuff. 2. And 1. Set your weights down, find your way to plank. Use the toes, move the body weight forwards, lower through low plank. Inhale, up dog, shoulders back, stretching out through the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up high, strong core. Inhale. Exhale. From there, bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, extend, long flat back, stretching out. And exhale, relax, fold, release. Finding your weights when you're down there. And we're going to come up to standing. This time we're going to once again find a chair. You can have the feet slightly closer together if that feels comfortable. Palms are going to face towards the front of your mat, sinking down low with the hips, shoulders back. So we're back into a chair. From there we're going to squeeze the glutes, power on up. So we're coming into standing, and then we're going to come down, bending the knees as we bring the palms back together. So we're taking a little around the world exercise, thinking about strengthening those muscles at the upper back of the shoulders, the rotator cuff. So drawing a little semicircle, arms are about 30 degrees towards the line of the shoulders. So we're thinking about squeezing the glutes. So really strong work for the lower body, for the abdominals as we lift and lower. Make sure the knees come over the ankles, the hips are coming out behind you. So really squeeze, open out, draw that big semicircle. Great job. So we're strengthening through the shoulders, the back, palms are facing forwards. Awesome work in here for 5. Deep breaths in and out. Focus on control, particularly on that lower. You want to find that control in the arms and in the legs. 3. Almost there. 2. 1 more. Coming all the way up. And then releasing the hands to heart center. The weights to heart center. Left foot forwards, right foot back. Steering the hips towards the short side of the mat. Tucking the pelvis, engaging the core. Weights over the head, elbows tuck in. Awesome stuff. From there, we're going to steer the right hip forwards. Left knee over left ankle. Going to extend. And slowly lower. So we're back into the triceps, and we're back into our warrior one leg. So remember, the whole outer edge of that right foot is grounded. Lift the right quad up, draw the right hip forwards, the left foot and the left hip back. Make sure there's a slight tuck of the pelvis. The core is engaged, and we're lowering and lifting those elbows with control, keeping the elbows tucked in, working into the back of the arms. Awesome stuff. Working here for 5, so sinking down low. Really find that energy, that power. 4. Looking really good. 3. So deep breaths in and out, getting loads of work for the legs as well. 2. 1 more. And from there, drop that right knee down. Left knee is over left ankle. Just set yourself up in that lunge. Make sure you're comfortable. And from there, we're going to take the weights over towards the right hip. And then we're going to take our wood chopper, sweeping around. Weights come to the shoulders. And then returning again. So we're taking that lovely sweep, twisting through the waist, weights to shoulders, strong through the core. So you should feel like a really nice rotation. We're keeping that left leg active. The right hip is pulling forwards, the left foot is moving back, so working that low lunge as well. Working here for 5, so moving with control, up and over. 4, well done. 3, 2, and 1, releasing there. Finding your way back to a plank or a table, and we're taking that chest fly or that lateral raise, so right hand onto the mat. Weight, strong through the core. We're lifting up to the side and lowering again. So lowering and lifting with control, keeping the core engaged. Perfect stuff. If you'd like to take it up to a plank, rock on, thinking about that power in the legs. We're opening up to the side. And lowering again. Trying to keep the body weight squaring towards the mat, moving with control. Perfect. So we're taking that right hand out to the side. Perfect. Looking really good at home. If you're in that plank, you're getting loads of work for the abs, for the arms, building loads of strength. If you're in that table, you can really focus on controlling that movement of the arm and finding that work for the back of the arm, the back of the body. Working here for 5. Deep breaths in and out. You're doing really well. 4, 3, 2, and and 1. Set the weight down, find your way to plank. Use the toes, move the body weight forwards, bend the elbows, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale your way, downward facing dog, stretching out with the hips, inhaling. Exhale, bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, finding your long flat back, stretching out. Exhale to fold. Grabbing your weights while you're down there, engage the core, and bend the knees if you need to come all the way up to standing. Awesome stuff. From here, we're going to take the weights to the heart center, right foot forwards, left foot back, stepping straight into a warrior 2. So right knee is over right ankle, heel to inner arch alignment, big wide stance. Should feel like a really nice opening through the hips. From there, we're going to take the hands out wide, palms to the sky, and we're going to take bicep curls. So we've done loads of work for the triceps. Now we're working into the biceps, so just balancing out the body there. Getting loads of work and energy in our warrior 2 here. Thinking about grounding down into the outer edge of that left foot, the hips and heart are facing towards the long side of the mat. Make sure the right knee is tracking towards the right toe. And if you need to, you can just lose one of the weights and just work with that front arm. Trying to maintain that bend in the front leg. Really strong, looking good. Working here for 5. So slow extension and back 4. Nice, 3. So extend and return 2. Almost there. 1 more. Extend and release. And from there, we're going to turn the toes in, release the weights, and take a forward fold. So rocking the weight into the toes, lifting the hips high, maybe starting to walk the hands forwards. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax and fold. Head and shoulders release. So moving the weight into the toes, engaging the muscles of the legs. Inhaling. Exhale, relax and stretch out for 3. Deep breaths in. And out 2. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. From there, walking the hands back to the front of the mat and find your way to a plank or to a table pose. So one final little plank exercise in this sequence. So what we're going to do is find our way into a plank, right hand under right shoulder, and we're going to rotate the left hand up to the sky and then slowly control the movement back. If that's too much, we're just going to take it without the weight. So we're taking a rotating side plank, or if you want to throw in the weight, feel free. It is quite a difficult movement, so no worries if you're doing it without the weight. We want to make sure we're protecting the shoulders. We really want to use the abs. So we're lowering and lifting, finding this really strong twisting movement. Looking good. So moving from plank to a side plank, working here for 5. So strong core, 4. If you need to drop to the knees, feel free, 3. Try to stabilize that movement if you've got the weight, 2. And 1. Return. So bringing your weights back to the front of your mat so you can grab them later. Find your way to plank. Use the toes, move the body weight forward, lower through low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 1 more standing sequence. We're down to abs. Bend the knees, hop to hands. Inhale, extend, long flat back, stretching out. Exhale, relax and fold. Grab your weights, engage the core, come on up. Weights to the heart, left foot forwards, right foot back. Let's go. So left foot is moving forwards, right foot is grounding, hips are squaring towards the long side of the mat. And when you're ready, taking the arms out wide, left knee over left ankle, really powering into the outer edge of that right foot. And we're going to take those little bicep curls. So keeping the elbows up in line. If you need to just lose the back weight and just work with the front weight, rock on. We're thinking about maintaining that left knee over left ankle. Big wide stance. Make sure you've got that right quad is engaged, almost like you're lifting the right kneecap off. Strong through the core. Should feel like a nice deep stretch down the inside of the hips. Make sure you maintain that lunge. So slow movements here for 5. We're almost done. 4. Doing really well. Getting into those biceps. 3. And loads of strengthening work for the legs. 2. Almost there. 1 more. So a little extension and return. From there, turning both big toes in and slowly folding forward. You can lose the weights at this point. Move the weight into the toes. Inhale, extend. Exhale, stretch. If it feels nice, maybe interlock the hands, drawing the heels of the hands together here. So we're energizing through the muscles of the upper back, stretching out through the chest. Inhale, rocking and lengthening forwards. Exhaling the head and the shoulders, but relax, stretching out through the front of the chest. Taking 1 more breath in. And from there, planting the hands, walking the hands around. So we find our way back to a plank, grab a weight, or you can work without the weight. We're either rotating into a side plank with, or without the weight. We're thinking about keeping the core engaged. Try not to throw the weight around. If you need to have a little bend in the elbow, feel free. We're moving with control. If it's too much to bring it all the way over the head, don't feel like you have to. Strong, controlled movements. It is quite a difficult little exercise. Loads going on, keeping those hips high, rotating. Remember, you can lose the weight. Working here for 5. So we're going to move into abs after this. 4. Well done. Slow movements. 3. Really squeeze. 2. Working into the chest, into the back. 2. And 1. Find your way back to a plank and stretch straight to down dog. So we're going to stretch straight to down dog. Give ourselves a little pedal. Inhale. Exhale. And from there, bend the knees, hop to seated. Awesome stuff. So moving into our abs. So we're going to just start off with a double leg forward fold. So soft bend through the knees, getting into the lumbar spine. Inhale, melting the heart forward. So drawing the lower rib cage to the heart forwards, and then shimmy the hips back. Find a little bit of space through the lower back. Just a little bit of prep here. Deep breath in. And out, letting the upper body relax, the shoulders relax. Just taking one more breath in. And from there, we're going to plant the feet, roll all the way down to lie on our backs. And from there, taking the weights together over the head. Remember, you can lose the weights if you need to. Palms are facing together, lower back is on the floor, core is engaged, knees out over the hips. From there, we're going to take a coordination fly. So we're going to extend the legs away from the body as the arms come wide. And then we're going to squeeze the knees back in towards the chest, the hands back in towards the chest. So we're working through the chest here. And we're getting loads of work for the abdominals. If it's too much to extend the legs, you can lose the legs, or you could also lose the arms. You want to make sure the lower back stays on the floor, squeezing in the core, working into abdominal strength, working on coordination as well, opening out through the chest. So when the arms are wide and the feet are out long, you should really feel the abs firing up, working really hard to make sure the lower back stays on the floor. We're using the lower back as a guide. So when the lower back arches, it means we start to use the lower back strength. We want to make sure we're using the abdominals here. So squeeze the tummy button in towards the spine. Perfect. So extending and driving in. Really nice exercise, getting into loads of muscles. Working here for 5. So squeeze. Really feel that power. 4. Well done. 3. 2. And 1, release. Nice job. From there, we're going to take the weights to the chest. So the palms are facing the sky. Find a bridge position. So we're going to press the hips up high, squeeze the glutes, and then we're going to slowly lower using the abdominals. So powerful, press up, chest comes towards the chin, squeeze the glutes, knees and ankles and hips stay in a line, and then we're slowly lowering. So we're combining a chest press with work for the glutes on the way up, and then we're using the core to control the movement back down. Nice job. Working here for 5. So squeezy, press on up. Slow lower. Knees, ankles, hips staying in alignment. 4. So really powerful. Chest to chin. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the top. 3. Nice job. Looking good. 2. Squeeze and press. 1 more. So lower and press and squeeze and up. And release there. Palms face together, and from there the knees are going to float out over the hips, similar to before, but this time we're going to take the arms overhead, the toes to the mat, squeeze the core, make sure the lower back stays on the floor, and then we're going to come up to center again. So if you want to make this easier, you can lose the weights and just work a double toe tap without the weights. If you want to make it harder, the legs extend to the sky, and we take the straight leg version, arms and legs moving away, and then squeeze the core to drive back up. Back of the neck is long. Doing really well, very close to the end now. So really think about engaging the core, making sure the lower back stays on the floor. Similar to the coordination fly, that first exercise we did down here on the floor, we really need to engage the core when the arms and the legs are at that fullest extent. Increasing that lever length really makes the abs need to work hard to maintain that control through the torso, to maintain that strength. Remember to move both sides of the movement with control. Try not to rush it. So working here for 5. Really squeeze and drive on up. 4. Looking really good. 3. Powerful movements through the abs. 2. Almost there. And we'll take a few little stretches to finish. And 1. Nice job. Releasing your weights there. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch. And then from there, we're just going to plant the feet down. Take your left ankle to the right knee and take the hands through to the back of the right thigh or to the right shin. So we're just finding a supine pigeon here. So deep stretch into the back of the left leg. Inhaling. Exhaling. So letting the shoulders relax. Just breathing into those big juicy muscles right down the back of the left glute, the left leg. Shoulders relax. Inhale. Exhale. Working here for 3. Deep breaths in. And out. 2. 1 more really deep inhale. Exhale. And swapping over. Right ankle comes to the left knee. And we take that little twist on the other side. So we're just taking the hands through towards the left shin. Stretching in, finding that really lovely deep stretch through the back of the right leg. The shoulders relaxing. Inhaling. And exhaling. Working here for 5. Deep breaths in. And out. 4. So relaxing into that really deep, juicy stretch. 3. So just finding that release through the back of the leg. 2. 1 more inhale. And exhale, release. From there, we're just going to unravel the legs. Take a happy baby. Peace out, fingers to the big toes. Knees in towards the armpits. Have a little wiggle, a little stretch out, thinking about the soles of the feet coming to the sky, the shoulders releasing down the back, extending the whole of the lower back down towards the floor. Inhaling. And exhaling for 3. Deep breaths in. And out. 2. Nice work. 1 more breath in. And out. Finally, just taking a little twist. Left leg extends, hugging with the right knee. Might need to move your weights out the way and take the left hand to the right knee, drawing the right knee across the chest, opening the right hand away. It's just taking this lovely spinal twist. Right hip tucks underneath, over left, extending the right hand away, inhaling. Exhaling, relax for 3. Deep breaths in. And out. 2. 1 more inhale. And exhale, swapping over. Right leg extends, hugging with left. Inhaling. And exhale, take your little twist, right hand to the left knee, drawing the left knee across the body, opening the left hand away, stretching out, inhaling. And exhaling, relaxing the left shoulder down for 3. Deep breaths in. And out, really release and soften. 2. 1 more deep breath in. And coming through center there, give yourself a final little squeeze. And when you're ready, rock up to seated. Finding your way to a nice, comfortable seat. Letting the sit bones ground. From there, we're just going to interlock the hands behind us. Take the interlocked wrists over to the right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Just dropping the left ear down towards the left shoulder, so we're stretching out through the right side of the neck. Deep breath in. And coming back through center, interlocking the hands, taking them over. Inhale. And exhale, dropping the right shoulder down towards, right ear down towards the right shoulder, shoulders back, stretching out through the left side of the chest. Deep breath in. And unraveling there, interlocking the hands, chin to chest, pressing the backs of the hands towards mirrors, drawing the shoulders down and apart, stretching out through the upper back. Deep inhale. Exhale. Finally, just give yourself a little shoulder roll, have a little shimmy up. And when you're ready, inhale, reach up, stretch up. And exhale your hands back to heart center, taking a final deep inhale. Exhale. Perfect. All right, have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks for joining, team. I'll see you soon. Namaste.